'Twas the night before Yokmas, when all on the court, not a creature was stirring, not even a horse. It's beginning to look a lot like Yokmas, folks, and if you're new to Nuggets fandom, or you just don't spend that much time online, you may be wondering what on earth Yokmas means. Well, to find the origin, you have to go all the way back to 2016, when the Nuggets had assembled some intriguing young pieces for sure, but they were still looking for direction as an organization. You may remember the Nuggets had two young centers worthy of attention. There was Jusuf Nurkic, and of course, Nikola Jokic. Now the team tried to pair these two together, Balkan Buddy Ball it was called, but the experiment failed miserably. And so eventually, ever selfless, Jokic volunteered to come off the bench. But that was actually no solution to the mire of mediocrity that the Nuggets were navigating. Those losses kept piling up, and so eventually, Michael Malone, Nuggets legend, made a choice that changed the trajectory of the organization forever. On December 15th, 2016, Malone swapped the centers, making Jokic the full-time starter for the first time in his career. The Nuggets won that game against the Portland Trail Blazers. Jokic finished with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. It was a modest stat line, admittedly, but it was also just the beginning for number 15. You know by now that Jokic would go on to win 3 MVPs and 1 Finals MVP, leading the Nuggets to their first and only championship in team history. And he's since ascended from an intriguing young prospect to one of the greatest players of all time. If you're paying attention this year, you know he's still getting better. Like John Elway before him, Jokic put a Denver sports team on the map. He etched himself into local history, and he's become one of the most important figures in the shaping of Denver's culture. To be a Nuggets fan, to live the Nug life, it will never be the same because of the rise of Jokic. Here at DNVR, we think that that's something worth celebrating. And so every December, we prepare for the 15th, when we take a moment to appreciate the unfolding of NBA history that's happening right before our very eyes. This Monday, with the Houston Rockets in town, the Nuggets will play on our little holiday for just the 5th time and the first time since 2021. Now, back in 2021, the Nuggets actually lost that game to the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a blowout. Final score 124-107. This all happening despite Jokic recording a 27-point triple-double. In 2019, they beat the Knicks in Ball Arena behind Jokic's game-leading 25 points. He actually scored 11 of his 25 in the fourth quarter, including a three-pointer that would give them the lead with 3:48 remaining. That was actually part of an 11-0 run that would secure the win. And in 2017, when they beat the Pelicans, Jokic was actually coming off the bench as he returned from a gnarly ankle sprain. Of course, he was still the full-time starter, but off the bench in that game, he posted 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists in a big overtime victory. So all 4 of the Yokmas games that have been played since 2016 have been played at home, and the Nuggets are 3-1 in those matchups. So on Monday, when the Rockets visit the Mile High City, they'll be playing the Nuggets on a local holiday. And it's just the second time that Jokic will play on the date since winning his first MVP trophy. The Nuggets, in present form, boast the best offense in the league. They're actually on track to finish with the best offense of all time. And they're led, of course, by Jokic, who absolutely dominated in the month of November. And now on the season, he's averaging a ludicrous 29.5 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 10.9 assists, while shooting 62.2% from the field and 42.4% from 3. He's never been better, and the Nuggets have never been better through the first 24 games of a season. They are off to the best start in team history, or the team's NBA history, I should say. Despite all of that, the Nuggets are reeling at home. They've lost 4 in a row now in front of their home fans. That leaves an acrid taste in everyone's mouths. They'll return home for the holiday, for Yokmas, with a chance to grab a quality win against a fellow contender, and hopefully reset those vibes on their turf. If you're headed to the arena or just feeling festive at home, don't forget to don your Yokmas sweater from DNVR. It's the only ugly thing D-Line's ever made, and he did it on purpose. It's the unofficial uniform for our celebration. And so on Monday, are we in for the best Yokmas yet? The stage is set for a night worth celebrating, and possibly a performance worth remembering. I'll leave you with this. 15 bulldozed into the paint, though he did not get a whistle. so up his arms flew as he grew prickly like a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Yokmas to all, and to all a good night."
We all silly like the mayor.